So, as you guys are rushing down the steps of the ziggurat itself, you find yourself at the very bottom of the dirt, and looking around, there's the exit where you guys originally entered this chamber.
Are we out of the room?
We're out of the room.
Yeah, we're out of the room.
You're not currently with them though. You're behind with Vax trying to catch you.
I have some.
You have potions.
I have a common. Can I try giving Vax a common healing potion?
Yeah. You want to stop for a second and just like pull it out?
I'd fucking drop Lady Briarwood like on her face. Hard.
Oh no, she might die.
No, she could die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vex down and hand it to her. So
Please
you go ahead.
work. Please work.
You go ahead and heal 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Oh! Really?
Yeah. Go. That's actually a pretty good
And
roll.
it stays. It works.
At this point, as you guys have pushed outside of that room, it appears to be functioning again.
Yay!
At this point, Keyleth and Vax catch up to the rest of you guys.
I'm gonna try and wake Cassandra up.
How's everybody else?
Can you heal a couple people?
Yeah.
I'm a little shaky.
I'm a little shaky as well.
Hi, Keyless. Oh, we love you.
Are we
Okay. Let me do a mass cure wound because I have bandits.
Gather together, everyone. Gather together.
Group hug. Oh, wait.
We don't want her to
Don't
heal.
let Lady Briarwood in the circle
Wait,
of healing.
is she alive? Did you check
She's
her?
alive. Is she alive?
She is currently alive. She's
Rob,
unconscious,
drag her over there.
and she's the.
Okay.
Thankfully, from the blast and the sheer force of it, part of the wound was cauterized, but she has been bleeding quite a bit on the run down here, and she would probably need some
Should
sort
I
of
stabilize her?
Let's.
Yeah, do wait. Stabilize her first.
We're
I
away
think
from the
yes.
fucking sacrifice area. Maybe we should just kill her.
I want to quickly check my gun. What is Lord Briarwood's name still on it?
You go and inspect the barrel. No, Silas Briarwood is currently erased from the barrel it previously
Let's
existed on.
hold off just a bit before we kill her.
I have.
Like you say, you wanted to cast Mass Cure Wounds. You said.
Yes.
Okay, you can choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius, so it's your choice who you want to.
I'll cure all the 6 people in my family.
All right, so that's.
Come on.
26.
Let this be a lesson for all people out there that think clerics are lame and nobody loves them.
We love them.
I like me.
Can I tear a piece of fabric off of one of the 3 remaining fancy robes and tie it around Lady Briarwood's mouth? But like, and, you know, like, and the
it's
cheeks
so
up.
terrible.
She can't like really enunciate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go ahead and you pull it in, you gag around the side of her mouth, and as you end up tying it, you can see one of her eyes kind of lulls open, and she kind of.
Oh shit, she's awake!
Punch her in the face.
Punch her in the face. Punch her in the
Wait,
face.
don't. You'll kill her. You'll kill her. You'll kill her.
What do you want to do?
Blindfold her.
I slap her.
Roll strength.
Shit.
21?
Oh, that's good. No.
Okay. Whack! Right across her face. You hear a resounding crack sound as it appears like some part of her cheekbone probably is going to be fairly
shit.
bruised tomorrow, but she is straight to unconsciousness again.
Alright.
I'm gonna try and wake up Cassandra.
Okay.
Did bandages on her real good.
So as you're standing
so
in
infected.
the tunnel, you know they're off to one side. You go over to where Cassandra, where you set her down and have the conversation, and she's still bound, arms and legs. She was nearly hogtied by Grog when you guys finished up at the top of the temple. She's breathing. You can see the dirt from being pushed on the ground is kind of caked in on where the tear marks were down her face. You shake her gently, and eventually she comes to consciousness and kind of.
Yeah, gently.
Her eyes kind of roll around for a moment, and she glances over at you and goes, Percy?
We will have a discussion later. In the meantime, do you know what that thing in there is, and how do we stop it?
She didn't see it, did she?
I don't... What?
The spinning
going
orb
on?
of death.
And she starts kind
Didn't see
of moving
it.
around and looking around the tunnel real fast at everyone. What happened? What's going on?
You betrayed some bitches, that's what you
I'm-
did.
And as she says, you see that she reacts as almost like someone had just punched her in the chest, and the tears begin to flow down her face again, and she's... I'm sorry.
I'm going to slap her in the face.
Okay. Go ahead and roll strength check.
Sister.
She might be unconscious to you.
Not with my strength.
Natural 20.
16.
That's a cock,
My strength is, well, actually, my strength is still thin because of the. I still have. I have like an. I have
Oh,
a,
-2
so
strength,
15.
right?
The 15, yeah, okay.
Just -1.
So you smack her. just to kind of get her attention and to stop the circumstance, she kind of stops and for a second gathers herself, and her breathing slows, and she kind of just stares off into space for a moment.
I need my sister back. Are you awake? Are you a terrible person? Do I want to strangle you right now?
Probably.
Good. Then we can work with this. They were building something down here. The Briarwoods are no longer a problem. They were building something. What do you know about it? It may be started. It seems to be affecting magic. I think.
I don't know. They wouldn't let me near it.
Don't lie to us anymore.
I'm not lying. Do I have a reason to lie right now? All that I know about this is that they've been building it under the guidance of some other person or entity. And they've referred to him many times as the Whispered One. They're very secretive about it. The only reason I knew was because I'd overheard a few conversations and questioned them about it, to which there was punishment. But they mainly kept me to try and keep the people at bay. My job was to keep in contact with anyone who would attempt to rise against them, and inform them. That would prevent any surprises, although apparently, and thankfully, I didn't do a very good job. And she looks around the room at the rest of you.
I just sort of check my history memory banks to see if I know anything about the Whispered One, or if that jogs any memory.
Roll a religion check, Mr.
A religion
Bard.
check. Well, that's not good.
Cassandra.
20.
What? Natural 20?
No.
Damn it. I had a really strong reaction to that.
Oh.
Yes, the
Whispers!
What? He's gone.
He's
Where is he?
whispering about the
This is,
Oh, Jesus!
This is the pre-show days.
The Whispered One. Yeah, it draws I have a memory. I don't know where I learned of this knowledge. I am very old. But I did, at some point in my travels, I remember reading about something, a lich king
Oh man.
The chance
Not
is it.
again.
who wanted to be a god, and his name was Vecna, and they called him the Whispered One. That's all I remember. He tried to achieve great power, and I don't know if it was successful or not.
I've got a question. Do you care if I smash the shit out of Lady Briarwood's head now?
She glances over at her, and with a stern look on her face, she goes, "Someone needs to avenge my family." And for the first time, she looks over and makes eye contact with you. You feel a pulse in your hand, like a heartbeat. Boom. The gun itself seems warmer and warmer, and you guys all notice as a bit of smoke begins to billow out the sides of Percy's sleeves. You hear a familiar voice creep up in the back of your head.
Percival,
I walk up to Lady Briarwood.
Yeah.
at your mercy.
I put my gun to Lady Briarwood's head.
Wait, Percy, you're gonna shoot an unarmed woman?
Hush.
Don't shoot an unarmed woman without...
Unarmed, she tried to kill us.
You changed the deal. Take her name off the gun.
The deal was never changed.
Who's he talking to?
The deal was made.
I pull the gun away. Things have changed. We need to talk.
All right.
Whoa.
Who's he talking to?
I hold my hand up and shush the group with my hand.
You made a great sacrifice for my gifts, Percival. Do not let it be in vain.
Did I even want revenge before I talked to you? Did I? I don't remember anymore. What does she die for? What do I even need? I want my country. I want my sister. I've killed too, of those who have wronged me, and nothing is better. Nothing feels better. Nothing is avenged. What is this worth to you? And I put the gun back at her head.
Pull the trigger.
I take out my hammer.
Put it back, put it to her, put it back. So maybe I will.
You're placing the gun against your own head.
And back to hers.
Oh, Jesus.
Cassandra screams
Percival,
out,
don't.
Percy, no!
Percival, don't do this. We made a deal.
That deal was a soft deal. It was a dream. It was a vision.
What are visions if not a window into the future? You understand so little, Percival. Do not make me regret sharing this with you.
I need more from you. If you want anything from me, I don't trust you anymore. Besides, I put the gun to the right of I put the gun to the hand of Lady Briarwood.
Missing him?
And pull the trigger. The gun's broken anyway. I drop it. I'm not satisfied. I want my money back.
The smoke still billows out from you at this point.
It's actually also still around her, it occurs to me.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. Yay! 20.
20. You feel that warm pulse that was in your hand earlier, that was coming from the gun. It pulses like a heartbeat in the hand that was holding it. And for a second, you feel like something just grabbed your wrist and slapped it away towards your back. Reaching for where bad news is.
Which does work.
And then you rip control of your hand once again.
Delilah, you are going to die tonight. Whether or not it is a merciful, quick death, or a slow and agonizing one, controlled by something darker than I know, is entirely up to you. How do we stop that thing?
Delilah, whose eyes are still kind of rolling after all the shouting that's been going on and is still coming to consciousness with the gag around her mouth, just kind of goes, and eyes dart around in fear. You can see like their makeup's run down her cheeks from her own lamenting over Silas's loss and the confusion over the ritual. And the fear all of a sudden turns to seething, burning hatred as they dart around. And then she can't talk with the...
I will mage hand to remove the gag from her.
I pull an arrow and aim it right at her head. Just
Yeah,
in
I
case.
kind of start. I prep my fire hands.
I know the pain you're feeling right now. I know the rage. I know every moment of it, and I guarantee I can make it worse. I can make it so much worse. Fix this. And join your beloved.
She's glancing at you, and the smoke is now billowing up stronger to the point where you can barely see Percy's torso. You can see his head now. And as for a little bit of a view you have, his eyes have gone completely dark. There is just pitch black, completely encasing the entirety of his visible eye.
What do we do? Do we
Grog, be ready to restrain me.
I'm ready.
Percival Frederickstein, von Musel Kowalski de Rollo III. You will fight this monster inside of you!
Delilah's looking at you right now, and this kind of, the anger and fury in her eyes clarified. She just kind of looks up and says, "You've already taken everything from me."
I really haven't. You still have your sanity and your life. I will take your life tonight, but I can leave you your sanity.
Interesting. You seem to be struggling, Percy.
Okay, I'm gonna be an asshole. Fine. Fine. Casting minor illusion.
Okay.
I'm changing my form into the screaming, writhing, slowly melting visage of Lord Briarwood.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, I know in the smoke.
So where once Percy's face existed, it twists into this shimmering apparition of Silas Briarwood looking down at her as his face contorts into horrible screaming pain. The head rises up, and almost soundlessly he screams out as the flesh begins to melt from the bone. As it does, Percy's voice rings out in this cacophonous roar that shakes the cavern around you.
That pain you're feeling, I've felt for years. Don't think I've imagined every way to hurt you. I could spend years hurting you before you die, in ways you cannot imagine. Now, how do we stop it?
I don't know. I don't even know if it worked. We've been preparing for this ritual for 5 godforsaken years. All to repay a debt. And that's all. You forced us. It was too soon.
Why? Why was it too soon? What were you waiting for?
We were waiting for a particular date. There's a time each year in which the barriers between the realms glow and grow very weak. He will not be happy, I imagine. And I still owe him for what he gave me, for what he gave us.
What did he give you?
At which point, her eyes well up with tears, and she looks over. He gave me my Silas back. And you took him from me again. So do what you must do. I know I've paid my penance. And I know that no matter what steps you take now, it'll only drag you deeper into this dark hole you've drawn yourselves. And you'll hear me laughing.
No, I really won't. Knock her out again.
Oh, fine.
Let's check a person for anything.
Oh, I will gladly do that for
But
you.
hold on a second. Are you sure you don't want to smoke this bitch?
I do.
I check her person for anything
I think we're just going to
valuable.
throw her into the acid pits. What? Done with it.
Oh my god.
Let
You
nothing
could-
remain.
Wait, what?
No, I don't feel...
What's the plan here, Percy? This is on her, but what are we doing for Whitestone? What are we doing?
More importantly, what was that just now? Who were you talking to?
I don't know.
What?
Things have gotten a bit weird.
Percy, you cannot honestly tell us you don't know anymore.
I don't
we
know.
just watched you have a full-fledged conversation with yourself.
Did they not hear any of the voice?
I'm
Yeah, was
assuming
he
we
talking
just
out
hit.
loud?
Oh shit,
or-
I came off like a crazy person.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Things are complex and I don't trust myself to take her life. I'm in over my head.
Do you need someone else to do it for you?
Yeah, she's
I don't know
worthless.
if that will help.
She almost killed Vex. She didn't kill Vax. We gotta fucking do something with
This thing wants her dead, and the only thing I can think to do is to say no.
This thing?
That's true. Vecna.
What thing?
Vecna.
Thing in my head.
Your thing.
What thing is that,
I
Percival?
don't know.
Well, start fucking talking, Percival, because we will watch you talk to yourself for 5 straight minutes, and we're not gonna deal with it for much longer.
Sorry,
I would also like you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
no.
The smoke.
Natural 20.
Shut the fuck up!
Breaking the game.
All right.
What?
Don't tell me.
At this point, you feel your hands tense up and once again begin to reach towards your back. You close your eyes, and with all your will and might, you just scream, "No!" instinctively. It wasn't even a conscious thought. It was just an animalistic response to feeling your physical form being taken over. And in that moment, every muscle in your body tenses. And you guys watch the smoke momentarily kind of drift from his form behind him.
Behind him?
Off of him.
You don't need to yell at us, Percy.
I don't think so.
We're just trying to help you.
Like, the smoke dissipates or goes behind him?
I don't think he's rational.
Behind him.
I'm aiming at the smoke. I'm just watching and waiting.
At this point, you can see this this smoke that's kind of was once billowing from Percy is now standing in this outer human-like shape. It begins to swell and grow larger, filling almost to the height of the 10-foot tunnel you guys are standing in, looming over Percy's body, still connected through his shadow and through the floor of the tunnel itself. It just kind of looms over, and as it peeks forward, you guys for the first time hear the voice that's been poking through him this entire time just say,
Percival, do it.
I shoot a holy arrow at it.
Then let's roll some initiative. You pull back and release the first arrow. As it goes and hits, you can see the smoke itself is kind of obscuring its place and kind of keeping it hard to hit, but you still strike true. The arrow striking into its form, and there's a flash of radiant energy as it hits, and you see the creature kind of takes from the impact and stares down at its chest as it looks up, kind of, its face gearing towards you, and it is this formless humanoid body, but the face itself does kind of pinch into this elongated kind of crow.
Okay, I got precious little I can do. I will lightning bolt it.
All right, so it's right there in front of you as the smoke kind of rises up, and you see the arrow strike it. There's the flash of holy energy from Vex's attack, and at that moment, as it's distracted, you use that to go ahead and conjure your lightning bolt, and for a moment, the flashing of light lights up the cavern around. The bolt passes through it harmlessly.
What was that?
Lightning.
Either
immune to
or
lightning.
magic, one of the two didn't affect it.
I will not move, and instead I will just inspire Percy,
Okay.
and I'll say, "You feel good in this motherfucker. Your whole hood in this motherfucker." That's it.
All right, take your D10. Moment of intensity as you've turned around now at this point, seeing everyone striking, you've looked your head over and you can see, for the first time in full physical form, the creature that has haunted your dreams for the past 5 years.
I'm going to run over to my sister
Okay.
and cut open her bonds. Get back! Run!
Good, so I got advantage because the smoke demon hasn't gone yet. So dagger and a dagger.
Now it is the entity's turn. As it kind of rears and the daggers both vanish from its torso, returning to your belt side. Kind of, it's glaring down at you to its side, and it says,
Percival, don't make Orthax regret working with you.
as it kind of shifts up, and it doesn't walk or move. Its form just kind of drifts along, and the shadows kind of meet it there. The smoke almost appears at the spot where it intends to go, and then it meets it in that moment. As it does, it now stands between a bunch of you. Its eyes flare with dark purple, and you just hear this scream, this screeching echo out from it, and as it does, all of you hold your ears for a second. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. So, all of you guys kind of hold your ears for a second, and everyone that rolled higher than a 17 takes 6 points of psychic damage. You guys both take 13 points of psychic damage. You feel all of a sudden like your brain filled with this urge to strike something, this overwhelming need to slash out at whatever's near you. Both of you get a brief move. Rug, it's going to pull you this way. And Vax is going to pull you this way. I need both of you guys to roll an attack roll.
I'm going to use cutting words to try to dodge out of the way.
Okay, we'll roll the...
oh shit. 19?
Okay, so 19. You're going to make...
I'm going to say, you gonna fail that attack, so you better sit your ass on back, because I ain't no holler back gnome. I ain't no holler back gnome.
All right, roll a d8. Right, so that brings from 19 to 16. What's your armor class?
How's that?
It's 17.
With that, the bard's words ring true to your mind, and for a second you feel this not grog-based rage, this outside forceful rage that it confuses you. And as he says that, you're right. He is no holler back gnome. And you resist with the hammer, giving him just enough time to step out of the way, and it boom, slams into the ground harmlessly, cracking the stone around the base.
You're right. There's no hollow back, no.
13. I rolled a 13.
Rolled a 13. Pike, you look over your shoulder, all of a sudden Vax just appears behind you and slams forward with the dagger. You whip around with your shield and with a large striking arc of sparks, deflect the blade blow across the dark air of this interior tunnel. Harmlessly, you take no damage.
No.
The entity then moves backwards. Pike and Scanlan, well, you already used your reaction to do cutting words, so you don't get it. Pike, go ahead and make a melee attack.
17.
17, unfortunately does not hit. It seems like it should have, but the smoke is obscuring the vision around it, and where you swing, you do not manage to get quite close enough to hit its body as it steps backward into the wall and out of visual range.
What? What?
Into the wall?
Into the wall. It just vanishes into the side of the tunnel. That brings us to Grog.
The cloud who went in the wall?
Yeah.
Well, I would like to rage
Okay.
and move in front of the rest of the group, like put my back to the rest of the group.
Okay, so like right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck, Grog? You just tried to kill me.
Which wall to go in?
I did?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Are you okay?
Okay, not trusting this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fairy Fire.
I'm gonna just call out to everybody and say the thing seems to want Percy. Should we surround him?
Sandra now, who's been unbound, kind of gets up. Her weapons were taken from her when you bound her. So she kind of stands up and puts herself to the wall and kind of looks at you with like a...
I hand her my sword.
Okay, she takes the rapier and kind of looks at it and goes running away back towards where Castle Weiston is. So she's gonna take that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to Percy and cast protection from evil on him.
Okay.
Whoa!
All right. Briefly, I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll a religion check.
Okay. 22.
22. Okay. In the brief moment you got to see it, the way it moves, the way it completely cast aside Scanlan's attack, and the way that it kind of housed itself within Percy for so long, there are elements of it that make you think of a shadow demon. But usually they're not this large, they're not this powerful. Either this is just a powerful, entity of a similar type, or it's been feeding over time, or it's something beyond that. But you get the sense that this thing is demonic in nature based on the brief appearance you had with it.
Okay, I'd like to protect him from shadow demons.
Okay, so that'd be fiends. So you choose fiends?
Okay.
Great. So any attack rolls against you from fiend creatures have disadvantage?
Demons are my favorite enemy, so
Yeah.
I have advantage against recalling information about them.
Yes.
Can I recall anything about something that looks like this?
Orthax.
Make an intelligence check.
Not that smart.
I'm not that smart. I'm 12.
12? Okay. You know that these creatures are incorporeal. They can generally shift in and out of solid matter as a way of moving and or defending itself. You know that they're difficult to fight in the dark. You also know that they, because of their form, are generally resistant to a lot of types of elemental type damage.
There's not much we can do without seeing our enemy, right?
Not currently, no.
I'll just hold my turn.
I'm gonna back out of the Fairy Fire.
You're just stepping out of there. You can keep going if you
I'm
want.
gonna go a little further back, just behind Scanlan,
Okay, there.
and I'm gonna pull out bad news and hold my turn.
And in your turn, Vax, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to practice an old trick that my sister and I have done, where I hide behind Trinket's gigantic bear ass and hold my turn.
Okay.
And aim.
All right. At that moment, as you vanish into the side, the entity pops out from this side and
Like right behind him?
right behind you as you're preparing, and just all of a sudden, the smoke billows out. You turn to the corner of your head. At that point, everyone is holding their action. You're doing your attack simultaneously.
Nice.
So
Using that Fairy Fire, right?
he is currently up.
So you get advantage, yo.
26.
26 does hit. Go and roll damage. The blast hits, but it appears like the expected impact from the blast of bad news, a bit of smoke kind of dissipates its impact, and it seems to not be as damaging as you expected it to be.
So I will viciously mock it. I will say, don't you know, smoking is the #1 cause of cancer and emphysema, and it will shorten your life by an estimated 10 to 20 years. It's not cool, and you shouldn't do it. 5 points.
Yeah!
Damage. Boom.
And it has disadvantage on what?
On its next attack roll. As it just kind of like, its eyes go darker purple for a second, like it can't contemplate the fact that it just got insulted mid-battle, and then they flare up again, even more furious. As part of that, it's going to use its reaction.
Oh, yes. Oh, shit. Okay.
And it turns towards you, and what languages do you speak?
Gnome, common. That's it.
Okay. You hear a muttering through your ears. And for a second, you feel your field of vision close down like it's focused entirely on you. You're currently marked by its mark of vengeance.
Yeah, I just saw muttering Scanlan's here as I take both my blades, and I'm just gonna slash both of them across. And he's surrounded, so this is sneak attack as well.
Yes.
With
And I'm gonna shoot 2 more holy arrows at him.
Okay. So one of them flies forward and
22.
misses. Kind of.
22.
Yeah, nearly grazes the top of your head, just finishing. You don't notice because you're currently right in his face. Second one manages to strike it and splinter inside of its torso, and you can see a flash of energy from the impact. And as it kind of surveys the area around it, the smoke around it gets even more and more intense, and you can see it flaring
Still
up.
against the wall, like glowing.
Yeah, so the smoke actually gets thicker and obscures it even further.
Oh shit.
We should probably light up this area as much as possible. FYI.
And Grog.
I'm gonna light it up with my flaming warhammer. I turn and I swing at it.
Okay. Both hammer blows just strike it, kind of battering the smoke around. And you can see as this hammer swings through its body, the smoke almost swallows the light, and for a second, it's almost like this dull little orb of darkness beneath the surface of a deep lake. And then as the hammer merges its body, the light flares up again. It's almost like it's swallowing the light as you strike it. But it seems to be taking the impacts pretty hard. All right, that ends your turn. Now, Orthax can take his turn.
No.
Orthax.
All right, so let's
Wait,
see.
do I get my?
Oh yeah, she was holding.
That's right, you're holding too. Yeah, you can do it too. Thank you for reminding me.
Yay, bike!
Ashes awake.
Okay, I'm gonna guiding bolt it.
All right. Go.
Oh my God! I rolled a 1 and a natural 20.
As you turn around, you release it. Point blank, it slams into the front. You can see where the smoke was swelling around it. It almost seems to be scattered away from the impact of this radiant bolt. And for a second, this image of this kind of obscured shadow humanoid becomes very clear for a second. You can see this extremely muscular humanoid torso with elongated, exaggerated arms and fingers, seemingly featureless across its body other than its black obsidian torso. No legs, they just sort of disappear into the smoke beneath it. Its head has the long, hooked, bird-like skull beak, and where the eyes are, it's just this smooth, almost leathery texture across the dark body itself. You can see what looks like faint horns that kind of curve around the back, that curl upward, and as it takes the impact, its head rolls back, and you hear this billowing scream, this as it leans back forward towards you. It looks like it's having a rough moment. Now we get to its turn.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And we're all
Based on that, it just zeroes down on the little ball of radiant energy staring before it that just blasted a hole in its form. It's going to go ahead and take all 3 of its strikes at you, Pike. You feel as its claws kind of move through your body, elements of its shadow essence kind of reach up and try and grasp an element of your willpower. You just shrug it off. The might of Serenray is too strong, and it has no way of grasping your intent.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Yeah, get out of here.
That brings us to Grog.
It does?
Yep, you're back up to your turn now.
I want to hit it again.
Go for it. You hit it to the side of its body, and you can see now there's a little bit of small cracks in its black form are starting to form, and you can see a bit of that purplish energy leaking out. It's starting to actually visibly show a difficulty in keeping its corporeal form.
I'm gonna take a daylight beam and go bing right over top of it like a nice pretty spotlight.
Okay. This little spark ball of daylight opens up on the ceiling like a bright spotlight that fills the area. As it does, you can see the creature shrinks away from it, and its smoke actually dissipates, lowering its armor class again.
That's a good.
There's a momentary whisper in the shadow around you,
More whispers.
and the sound of chains. I want you to go ahead, everyone, to make a perception check. All of you just continue focusing.
Oh, whispers, and
We're
whispers.
back. It's like we're back in
so
the Casa de Willing Land.
Actually,
secret.
Matt is whispering in Talison's ear, just so you know.
Sweet nothings.
Really?
He's licking his ear a lot. Is he giving
really?
him a whip, Billy?
Yes.
Really, really.
All right. Pike, you're up. What's your turn?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna guiding bolt it again.
We're just gonna shoot a couple arrows at him again, man.
Okay.
I just
These arrows now find their way towards the cracks that are starting to appear in its chest, and as each one strikes in, these arrows are actually visibly staying in its body. You can see now. What was once this kind of amorphous smoke, after the impacts from Grog, and as it begins to wear itself down, it's starting to find it harder and harder to keep this kind of ethereal form. So now these arrows are sticking out of these cracks of purplish glowing energy, and it's moving a little more sluggishly.
Do I have my wits about me?
You do.
Oh, that's nice.
You just feel like there's an aspect, you get the sense you probably don't want to be close to it.
Okay. I charge at it. No. As a bonus action, I will healing word Pike. I'll say, believe it or not, you're made mostly of air. I never thought you could feel so free. For my move, my action, my whatever you call it.
Hi.
I got fucking nothing, man. I say to the beast, to the whatever it is, I say, and another thing! Your smoking encourages miners to smoke and creates an aura that it makes going to restaurants not pleasant, and it's just horrible, makes your clothes stink, it's terrible. So another vicious mocker.
You can see now it turns to you for a second, and the mark of vengeance fades.
Oh!
As suddenly you feel like you've damaged it mentally enough to the point where it doesn't even want to deal with you anymore. Percy, you're up.
I yell, Delilah's getting away!
Wait, that's Delilah?
You guys all glance over. The shackles that are on the ground are now collapsed and empty.
Oh, shit!
The gag safely removed from her mouth during this allowed her to cast Misty Step, which is just a verbal-based spell. She is currently...
How far away?
I'm calculating that right now.
And can I see her?
I'm gonna have to ask you to roll a perception check here in a minute.
Okay.
Oh.
She landed, cast invisibility, and vanished, and you just hear the footsteps down the hall. You're not quite sure where she is or how far she's gotten, but you know she's kind of down that way.
Cassandra!
Cassandra's right there.
Yeah. Cassandra doesn't notice. She's just been running as you told her to run.
Is Cassandra?
I cannot believe we left her alive.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
She's
I'm fucking pissed.
God damn it. I'm gonna double my speed. I'm gonna burn my turn double speeding, trying to
catch up?
Trying to catch up.
Okay.
And then as I pass my sister, I yell, she went this way.
Okay.
She's invisible.
Do I hear
All
that?
right, so you get up.
She went this way, she's invisible!
I hear it.
We hear it.
Vax, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action and dash and run 60 feet after Percy to catch up. I'm going to throw a dagger after... Well, can I do perception check and that, or is that two different things?
Well, honestly, once the creature's invisible and you don't know where it was, you don't even really get a chance to check at this distance, so it's just rolling. It's attack with disadvantage.
Alright, I'm going to attack at disadvantage then.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
See?
That is 8.
8. Okay.
But she was almost unconscious.
She'll leave it to trail.
So at this point, as you're running, you're rushing forward. To the left of your ear, you hear a poof,
Oh, she fell.
and you glance over your shoulder, and there, face down on the ground, is Delilah, sprawled out, face down in the dirt, with a single dagger sticking out of the center of her back.
For a second.
And then it's gone.
And blood begins to out from the wound.
She's dead. You killed her.
All right.
Is she dead?
You'd have to go and inspect. Orthax is going to move here, still remaining melee, and is going to use a secondary rampage pulse since it recharges. Gives out another desperate scream outwards in the vicinity. 20-foot radius. I need Keyleth, Vex, Trinket, Pike, and Grog to all make wisdom saving throws. Grog and Trinket both take 10 points of psychic damage. Both turn immediately flanking Pike. who has been the radiant blaster across this entity. I need you to go ahead and make an attack, and I need Trinket to go ahead and make an attack against Pike. You guys both have advantage because she's in the fairy fire.
Oh, damn it.
Yes!
3 and a 4. 13.
13, okay.
Is Vex?
It rolled a natural 20.
No! All right. So Pike, this blast comes out ringing your ears, and as your vision comes back to you and you look up, all you see is Grog lifting this giant hammer with his eyes kind of clouded in the same black smoke material. You bring up your shield, and as the hammer comes down, striking it, you know there's a bruise going to be on your forearm tomorrow because the sheer force of it hits you, but at the same time, you know it's not the friend you grew up with. And you look up into his face as the cloud fades, and you can see an expression of immediate regret on his face.
What I do?
Before you can respond, though, the bear behind you, Trinket, snarls and latches in. Go ahead and roll damage.
Do you want a bite attack or a claw attack?
I'm gonna have to probably go bite on this. Down, you feel the armor plates kind of jamming together, and it kind of wrenches your shoulder out of the socket. Not enough to actually, do too much serious damage. And then immediately Trinket pulls away, and you hear this whine behind you. This,
Oh no!
and the nose kind of rubs against your head.
I put my hand out and touch his nose and tell him it's okay.
Orthax is in a point where no, Orthax is going to try. Orthax is going to turn and begin to chase after Percy now. And you guys,
Attack of opportunity.
yes, I know. Grog and Pike and Trinket all get attacks of opportunity.
Kill him. Kill him.
With advantage?
Trinket's
With advantage, yeah, because he's
Natural 20.
Oh!
First
Kill him.
Brutal critical.
13
yeah, so
for Trinket.
13 for Trinket, awesome.
31 total.
31 total. How do you and Trinket want to do this?
I'd like to pick up the hammer and slam him down to the ground just so he's at Trinket's head height. And
then right when he gets to his height, Trinket reaches up and bites him as hard as he can and lashes him around like a dog with a toy.
Yeah.
Okay. As you slam it on the ground, the smoke billows out around it and dissipates for a moment, where as opposed to its obscured form, you now have a very clear view of its physical body, just a little bit of smoke trailing about where its lower torso and legs would be, as it kind of its arms reach out. And it looks up, its head shaking as the purple cracks are rising up its body. It looks up straight into the face of Trinket, who snarls. And just lunges out, clamping onto its face and tearing upward, a trail arcing in the air. As it does, the body dissipates into smoke and sinks into the ground, into this black shadow in the dirt that races up the hallway in the direction of Percy. Percy, as you stop and looking over, you look down just in time for the shadow to kind of reach your legs, and you feel this cold rise up your body and then slowly dissipate into this little nugget of cold in the center of your chest and then vanish.
Wait, but doesn't he have protection?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He disappears. It disappeared. Maybe it disappeared forever.
Or maybe it's always gonna be there, haunting us.
While he's thinking, I walk up to Delilah.
Wait.
Grab her
Wait.
by the
No,
clothes.
wait.
Drag her to the side of the wall. And
Wait.
prop her up. And turn to Percy. And say, in this.
Cassandra?
Cassandra, who's now stopped and looks at you, kind of. She clutches the rapier in her hand, and you can see her hand shaking, just the tension of the muscles in her fingers, clenching it as hard as she possibly can, as she walks up with each slow, quiet step echoing across the stone. Delilah up against the wall, like blood spilling out the corner of her mouth, coughing, conscious, with her one, missing arm on the side. The blood's beginning to ooze now from the wound as just the sheer force of all the movement has torn the wounds fresh open, and she's there, and she looks over in the corner of her eye and turns, seeing the rest of you, and sees Cassandra. Cassandra steps up. She holds the rapier at her side, staring down. This time just a single tear crescent down the side of her cheek. Delilah looks up and goes, "You could have been my daughter." She looks down at Delilah and says, "No. Cassandra is a Derolo. And you took them away from me. And now we're taking everything away from you." And just thrust the rapier forward, right into the chest. As it hits her, it actually pulls her up about a foot against the wall. The sheer force of the wound. Last breath escaping from Delilah's mouth. Her arm falls limp to the side. A moment of tension passes, and Cassandra's just still holding her there, her head down, her hair in front of her face, just shaking, keeping her pinned against the wall.
I put my hand on her shoulder and gently pull her back.
Rapier withdraws, and the body just tumbles to the ground. Thank you.
We have a lot to do.
We do. And she hands the rapier back to you. And she grabs the scruff of Delilah's collar and begins dragging her up the hallway towards the castle.
Sandra,
Okay.
let's take her to the acid pits.
You make your way to where the road diverges, the one way to the castle and the one to the acid pits, and Cassandra heads towards the acid pits. Without a beat, Cassandra just walks up to the edge and just throws Lila's body in. And then disappears beneath the surface as the hissing, bubbling noise takes over the silence of the room. Cassandra turns back around.
She was too dangerous to let live.
What about you? How do you feel?
How's that gun barrel of yours?
Yeah.
I pull out the broken barrel and inspect it.
Looking at it, you can see Delilah's name is missing from the barrel entirely. Cassandra's name is still on the barrel, and so is Ripley's.
I'm going to just take the broken gun and point it at my sister. What do I feel?
Currently nothing.
I think I'm all right. I think I may be all right.
Why don't you toss that thing into the acid just in case?
Kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I'm going to start trying to scar her name off the barrel.
Okay. You take a moment and eventually manage to scar and dissolve enough of the exterior of that barrel until the name is no longer visible.
I think it's fine.
You think it's fine?
Lovely.
Yep.
You're going to have some faith.
I don't have...
So glad that your smoke monster is seemingly gone, Percy. That's wonderful news. The spinning orb of death, however, is still back
Still a
there.
problem,
So we
yeah.
should probably figure out what to do
Well, I think
about that.
perhaps we can talk to Keeper Yen and perhaps put together some priests. Deal with that. Enlist the help of the entire town now that there's no longer a revolution to be fought.
Yeah, that's a solid plan.
Oh, the revolution.
You forgot about that.
We should go stop the fighting. Right? We should probably let them know it's over.
Cassandra?
Maybe we'll see Ripley on the way out.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Probably not gonna
I just had a thought, Percy. I cast friends on him.
Okay.
I think I know how to fix your gun if you hand it to me.
Never in my right mind would I hand my gun.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. And you go ahead and make an insight check. But you have an advantage.
My insight is 21.
I rolled a natural 20.
You look down at this gnome, and while he's normally pretty silly and jovial, in this moment there's an honest spark of his own inspiration in his eyes.
I'm so upset that I have to do this.
Wink.
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
You don't know.
He will.
He's your
Actually,
friend.
He will.
You're not mad at all.
For like another 3 minutes.
Yeah, role play for 3 minutes, Towson.
I hand him the broken gun.
Begrudgingly, you reach out and place it in his hand and release.
I say thank you, Percy. I think in due time you will thank me for this. And I toss it into the as I say, when the spell fades, he's gonna be super pissed. Somebody protect me.
Okay.
You want to hop on my shoulders?
Yes, I go run and jump on.
As you watch it arc forward in your head, you're like, that fucking gnome. The spell fades. You hear him say that. And just as it, boom,
You're not going to get that, are you?
I reach in to try and grab it out.
Oh shit! Percy, and I
Okay.
reach out and grab his
He
hands.
threw it. You threw it though, right?
No, he dropped it.
he lobbed it. It wasn't
Lobbed
a, it wasn't a
it.
huge throw.
I cost hold person at 3rd level.
On
As
Percy.
I reach up and I grab his hands as well.
That was so expensive. That was so
Make
expensive.
a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
With advantage.
Son of a fuck. Son of a fuck.
Heroes feast working against you.
You're the Lord of Castle Whitestone. You've got some money.
Wisdom
to
saving
burn.
throw?
Yes.
15. 18.
What's your DC?
My difficulty class 18.
You're like, that goes. A few moments pass. You don't even see it beneath the surface now. You just see a little bit of some fume released from whatever slow process is
I
dissolving.
step in
your
front of
body.
him as he's unconscious and I go, Percy,
God, let's get out of here.
here. You'll thank us for this later, I
He's
know it.
paying for a new one.
I kiss his cheek and say, I'm so sorry.
He's paying for a new one.
We'll get you a new one, Percy.
I'm gonna have to. Oh God.
As you're watching this, there's a small, from the fume, a small plume of black smoke goes.
See?
And that cold nugget in the center of your chest
It was.
is gone.
Yeah. It feels good, doesn't it?
Doesn't it feel good?
You fucking genius!
It feels good.
That was so expensive.
Oh, come on!
Cassandra steps up to you and takes your head in her hands and forces you to look at her and goes, brother, we've all made sacrifices for this. She slaps you. Okay, your muscle control comes back to you, and Cassandra's holding your freshly slapped face, catches you again and goes, brother, let's go to our people. Let's tell them that for the first time in 5 years, Whitestone is free.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go.
And she reaches over and she takes your arm in her
Bigger
arm.
and better than before.
Oh, God.
Promise.
She takes your arm in her arm and begins walking both of you back towards the tunnels.